Good evening. Good evening. United fans, how we feeling? The day after the game, how we feeling? Saeed, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, not too bad, man. You know what? I'm not angry anymore when these kind of things happen. I just want to know the explanation. So it's. I'm changing. There's not really a feeling of anger anymore. I was a bit like, what's happened? We have to dissect it because at the end of the day, it's a bit more tactical now. With Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it was a bit kind of like, not sure what's going. At least now, it's a bit more tactical. The reasons as to what's happening. So, but other than that, I'm all good. It's a Monday. It's a new week. And yeah, man, it's all good. How are you, man?
I'm good, bro.
What happened to you? How did the cough happen anyway?
Horrible, bro. Horrible. Like I said, I feel a lot better, and hopefully, definitely, I'll be better for it on Wednesday. But yesterday, just to do the
match reaction.
I had to drug myself up, man. I was quite high. If you go and watch that video, if you go and watch the video, people, quite high. I'm gonna concentrate on my cup of tea. But can you please answer this, our friend Neil Ashton FC? If you want to answer this one side.
Big up to Neil Ashton. He said, Lordy, why you...
Listen, big up to every one of you. Please start hitting a like soon as you get into the place, into the space, into the therapy space.
Yeah.
Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We've just literally finished 200 episodes of the Straight Jacket podcast, and there's a couple of little surprises there for you guys. So please go and check that out. Watch it because it's a landmark. Trust me, the graft has been real. So big up, Saeed.
Big up, man. I appreciate it. Big up Aaron as well. Yeah. So Neil Ashton FC says, well, Lordy, why do you act like Ronnie has no way of adapted to Ten Hag's system, but then also cream over Rashford becoming world class in this system? What has Rashford done? And he is so inconsistent. Learning, man. The Ronaldo, the fanboys have gone into bot accounts and they're asking you, Learning, why is Ronaldo not failing? He can't adapt to the system, but then you're telling me that Rashford can. So they're on to you, Learning. They're on to you.
Okay. Neil Ashton, I'll explain it to you simple.
Yeah.
Ronaldo might have been able to fit in if he had a pre-season. I'll give you the reason. That's number uno. Not there. Not integrated into the way you play. Number two, Ronaldo is not the Ronaldo of old. At the decline in football, I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. When the decline comes to footballers, it does not come gradually. It comes at you fast. Just like life. You know how life comes at you fast? That's what happens. Ronaldo, in this team, the way we're playing patiently, the way we're trying to link up, and the wingers, other than going on the outside and crossing, they're more playing integrated football and overloading either sides. He ain't. So what Ronaldo does, he gets impatient. He don't touch the ball. Ronaldo is not a number 9. He's never been a striker. At the height of Ronaldo, he always had to play with who? Somebody else up there. So that Ronaldo is gone, bro. Let it go. The sooner you let it go, the better. Ronaldo needs somebody next to him, playing alongside him, linking up the play with him. And actually, talking about Spurs on Wednesday, the last time we convincingly beat them, got their other manager sacked, and it was convincing because Ronaldo and Cavani played together, and it's one of the best games they played together of note. So Ronaldo, for me, doesn't. And the fourth reason I'm going to say to you is because if I look at the Ten Hag, the way he wants to play in a dynamic system. I'll say it slowly here, where attacking players rotate the positions, right? And link up. Ronaldo's link up ain't there to be seen, bro. He comes up. He's not good with his back to goal. What he needs to do in this team is have a word with Erik Ten Hag and say, can anybody who's out wide, can the fullbacks, can Bruno, can Casemiro, can anybody, Fred, just get that ball in, and I'll stay in the box between the two centre halves. I'll stay put. Tell him to put 10 balls there. Let's do the tactic of David Moyes. Whip it in. Slide wide and slide, whip it in. Right? He might be able to get something out of that. But in this system, he ain't. He ain't getting it. And the fifth reason is he can't play to 90 minutes because me and Saeed talked about it on the Straight Jacket podcast. And Saeed, I'll let you explain that fifth one, please. Why Ronaldo can't play. And what we saw off the ball last season, because the camera, when you're watching a game on television, is always following the ball.
The ball, yeah.
The ball that you don't see. So Saeed, let them know.
And the last one is the fact that he is 37, nearly 38, and cannot play more than one game. And this is the biggest one. And also, I feel like for me, when you over rely on him and overuse him, this is what happens, and he becomes a bit more lethargic. He conserves his energy, but then it becomes a detriment to the team because then you don't have a person who's doing what Ten Hag wants to do. And this is, again, everything I say about Ronaldo isn't a criticism of Ronaldo, but he's just not that guy. But then people are telling me he's that guy. No, Saeed, but he's Ronaldo. He's the GOAT. And this is where it frustrates me because, and you know what? Yeah, finally, a lot of people are starting to see it and call it out. It's that Ronaldo isn't that guy anymore. He isn't, and it's just again, it's age a factor. Time moves on now. We have to build a system. We have to build a way of playing. And I'm sorry, Ronaldo either becomes a player who comes off the bench and is then played in a we kind of use him well and we manage him well, or we don't play him at all. And this is why he took him off. There was no reason to take off Ronaldo in that point there when Rashford needs to come on the left and Sancho needs to come off. But he was like, well, Ronaldo's not giving me anything at the minute. I'm sorry. Even if I keep Ronaldo on, he wasn't going to give me anything. And he must have saw that more than ever. And there was a period in the game, Nuruddin, I don't know if the camera's seen it, yeah, but when they had an injury, Ten Hag told certain players to rush to the manager. Ten Hag told Ronaldo, Bruno, and I think it was Anthony to get to him. And he was giving him a frantic team talk, and especially Cristiano Ronaldo. He kept telling him to do something in that first half. I don't know if people seen it in the camera, but he told him, he was the only one that was having a conversation with him. And it's because he's thinking, right, you need to isolate the defender. You need to move away from him, not stand with him. You need to stop dropping out of position. You need to actually arrive in the box. He did that once, but he wasn't quick enough for Anthony's cross. And I'm sorry, he should have anticipated that well. Because Anthony, you know what he's going to do. So that's one point there. But this is a problem now, Nuruddin. Some parts of the Old Trafford don't come to see Man United. They come to see Ten Hag. Parts of the fan base don't come to Ronaldo. They want us to see Ronaldo.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? How many people have we met since we signed Ronaldo and they say to us,
yeah,
I like United, but I'm a Ronaldo fan.
There you go. There you go. This is what I'm trying to say to you.
It's simple, people. Listen, pack show for you today. Pack show. We're going to get into it. And big up Showbear 0161, my brother, my king. Met him, you know. Met Showbear, funniest guy you'll ever meet, Saeed. We're going to have to start doing... Saeed, genuinely, we need to do a Straight Jacket and meet up and therapy. Yeah. Combine the two and have a meet up, man. And
yeah, definitely. We'll have to do it. We'll have to do it 100%.
We'll have to do it. We'll have to do it before the year's over, Saeed. Seriously.
Yeah, 100%. 100% we'll do it. Definitely.
If you're up for it, let us know if you're up for it. Yes or no, if you're up for a social meetup, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Says, by the way, Jan's going to be a second summer transfer window with all that post-World Cup fallout. Expect a busy month with World Cup stars to buy and inquiries for clubs to sort out. Well, Showbear, count Man United out. And some people go, that's a wild take, Nuruddin. That's a wild take, Mr. Structure. What are you saying? I'm saying, I explained it on Straight Jacket podcast, 200 people, absolute landmark. When we started the journey, Saeed was just on 400 subscribers.
400, yeah.
And now we're 50. And like I said on his podcast there, Saeed has more fans, more people watch his videos, and more people subscribe to Saeed TV than the whole of Man City in real life. So
there we go, man. We made it.
Just know. If Big Steve ever says anything to you, Saeed, just that's the only answer, by the way. Anyway, people, has anybody seen Big Steve? Has anybody seen Big Steve? Because Super 6 put out a video of my guy getting down. I didn't know he was into reggae and like that. I didn't know he was into Afro beats.
Break off your back. Break off your back.
Those of you who don't know, go and check out the Big Six Twitter
Yeah, it's banter. You know, you need to give me some, you know, some like materials. If you need me to put out anything, I've got one of the accounts on there. It could be anyone, by the way, but if you need me to put anything out on there, let me know, man. I've put some memes out there. You know what I
mean? Listen, there's 90 of you here already. Please smash a like on the video.
Yeah, like the video.
If you're not already subscribed, make sure you go over to Saeed and subscribe. Subscribe to Saeed TV, road to 100k. We're not talking about 60, 70. We're talking about 100k because he deserves it, because he puts the hours on the working people. He literally does that. He breathes, eats, sleeps football every single day. A1 content. That's what Saeed's doing out here on these streets. Ain't nobody working harder than Saeed. Trust me. Trust me.
Big up, man.
I'm big up to every one of you. I'll say it simple, Saeed. Eric Ten Hag right now, because of the Ronaldo situation, because of Eriksen's illness, because of Martial, we all predicted this, Saeed. We talked about it on the Straight Jacket podcast. We talked about it here on United Real Therapy. We talked about these people. We did not forewarn these things because we understand how these things happen in football. We said, Ralph Ranić said, Man United need what? 10 players. Man United said, we only need 5. 5.
We only need 5.
We only need 5. And you know what? And then Ronaldo stays, and we said, regardless of Ronaldo stays, we need a striker. But now...
That was a big one, though, no?
Yeah,
that Ronaldo stays.
Eric Ten Hag's now working, competing for so-called Euro, for the Euro places, for Champions League places, and in the Euro, for one elbow tied behind his back. In January, if they don't sign it, whole of his left arm behind his back, and the right elbow tied together. That's what he's dealing with. That's what he's going to be dealing with. So Eric Ten Hag is being asked to operate with just this.
Yeah.
Look how far my arm's back. He can't operate anything. He can't operate any machinery. He can't do anything. And that is what it is, people. I know some people think that's a mad analogy, but that's what it is. Because we've been here before. We've seen it. We've watched it. We've been part of it. And he has come up and time again, the Glazers are only asked about what? Top 4, whether it's by Europa League or league positioning. They're not asked about anything else. So for anybody to say, oh, why don't you just play slam on the kids? No, there's different pressures on Eric Ten Hag than there's ever been on Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta has finished 8th twice. Mikel Arteta was allowed to do a clear out of that football, systematic clear out, not a full clear, systematic clear out over time. And now Arsenal are what? Bearing the fruits of that labour.
Bearing the fruits of the labour.
It's a different kettle of fish, different sort of pressure, different club entirely, and different expectations from fans as well. And at the end of the day, a year on now, he would have made the substitutions yesterday, but who did he have on the bench? He's got 4 teenagers and a 20-year-old, and the rest of what?
I don't even know who's the other guy, by the way. The other kid. I don't
think it might have been. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's the right back. If I'm not mistaken,
he's a right back. Okay, that's me again. You know what I mean? It just shows you how good the youth team's been. But yeah, I didn't know the right back, honestly. Again.
And that's what that is for me. That is what that is for me.
Can we just talk about our squad depth then? You know what I mean? In terms of the worry there. Just before we talk about transfer window, the squad depth for me, a lot of people are talking about Old Trafford. We don't have, like, we were looking around. You know how bad it was? We're looking around and thinking, who's that on the bench there? Can we bring on? Like, you know, when you're looking around, and Newcastle were bringing on different players on. Did Willock come on or something? Or who came on for them? They were bringing on.
It was Willock. It was the big man, Burnley guy. And who else came on? Was it Fraser?
There was a couple.
I think it might have. Was it Fraser? No, I think somebody.
Yeah, Ryan Fraser.
No. Jamal and Jamal Lascelles. Is it Jamal or Lascelles? Lascelles. So they played 5 at the back then.
Yeah, there you go.
Lascelles came on. I think they made about 4 substitutions.
But there you go. 2-1. You see what I mean now? So, end of the day, this is what I was looking at thinking. But then I was like, surely Ten Hag, does he not believe what Ilanka can do? Does he not believe that? Or is Ten Hag just putting substitutions out there just for the sake of it, in terms of, you know what, let's just bring them on the bench, and if we need them at most, we can bring them on. Like, and this is what I'm just like frustrated about, because I'm thinking, you might as well not bring them substitutions there, because I'm like, well, we're not going to use them anyway. So it was frustrating, and the depth is worrying, Norrin. It is worrying because you're like, we don't have anyone that can change the game. When you know you can change the game. We don't even if you look at it when everyone's fit, like who's coming off the bench when everyone's fit? Like when everyone is fit, there's not even no Donny. Donny's a long-term injury, so you can't add him. Who else is out there on the bench? Ronaldo is the only one that can change the game, Nordin. Only Ronaldo. If Martial was fit, only Ronaldo. Who else is out there? You name me any other players. Maybe Sancho if Rashford and Anthony are playing.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, big up to every one of you. Big up to every one of you. Referring to Ollie Luke Shaw, the good thing with the manager is that if you're not playing well, you won't play. In the past, it's not been the case.
Well, hold on.
You know, Luke Shaw is exposing himself, you know.
It's exposing himself. That's what I was going to say. It's a bit ironic, right? You know? How does he say that? Like, seriously, like.
And that's why when people were coming at hard, obviously, because the words he chose, I was like, on a larger point, Eric Bayer's right, but it's nothing to do with if you're English or not, if you're British or not. It had nothing to do with it. It's just that if you were part of the favourites, you played every game. But big up Khalis Ramadine Lassé, Chief Editor United Real Therapy. Also, big up Hassan Yusuf, who's also another journo joining their channel. Yeah. Big up Hassan Yusuf as well. A lot of the quote writers. Big up Luke Shaw. The good thing about this manager is keeping everyone on their toes. He makes sure everyone is 100% every day. Okay. Hassan Yusuf have gave back majority of the family tickets for the Chelsea so that the fans allocation wasn't cut by as much. Each month match day usually gets two seats each. Yeah, well, big up. Absolutely big up.
Big up. Fair play.
I love. Laurie, I wanted to express solidarity with the supporters. Okay.
Who's that for?
No. They wanted to express, that's the players.
Oh, okay.
Players, they wanted to express solidarity. That's fair enough.
Fair enough.
We do a good thing. We've got to let them. Big up United players for doing that. I think we'll have to get into this a little bit, Side. Obviously, you know there's been breaking news surrounding Greenwood. Obviously, there are a lot of clowns on Twitter who are going to try to prejudice this serious case other than having respect for the family involved and the victim. And there was a lot of speculation, this and that. Oh, this person followed this person back, whatever. But Mason Greenwood, as we speak right now, is remanded in custody after the district court judge finds that he persistently and flagrantly breached bail conditions over allegations of attempted rape and other offences. So till November, hold tight, Mason Greenwood. Hold tight.
Yeah. And any speculation about it as well.
And I think, you know, and I never subscribe anybody going to prison. You know me, I don't believe in prisons, but you know what? If you're that level, that age, with that level of lifestyle and that money, maybe it's a lesson. Maybe it's a lesson you need to learn, mate.
Well, it will be.
If you're going around making it so that this is not serious to you, and you're, what it says here, persistently and flagrantly.
What does flagrantly mean? Flagrantly.
Flagrantly means that you're just doing it too much. You're doing it too much. Both could mean persistent and flagrant. They just mean that no disregarding it. You're just flagrant. When you're flagrant, you're just like,
in an offensive way.
Yeah.
Violating the law.
So that's what he's doing. So he don't give a damn. He's giving 2 Fs. So hold tight. And I don't think he's going to be coming out till November.
So basically, until the court date.
Yeah.
Until the court date.
Greenwood will stay in custody for at least 5 weeks, with the next court appearance due November the 21st. So what all those ID account dickheads on Twitter they're in the know, telling you everything's squashed and he'll be back playing before you know it. Well, hold tight. And you know you play on the emotions of certain fans, yeah? And for the fans, educate yourselves. Sexual assault is dangerous. What the allegations which he is accused of, attempted rape, all these are serious. They're really serious crimes. So educate yourselves, man. And if you're one of those deluded souls, just look. Would you have liked Greenwood's victim to be your mum, your auntie, your sister, your ex-girl, your best friend? Would you want them? No, you wouldn't. But it's all right for you to go, United are struggling, or we need a striker, getting back in. Absolutely.
It's always it's always a gap that counts with no faces.
Yeah.
It surprised me.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. So that's breaking news, people. Ten Hag. If I don't know if Ericsson will be available for Wednesday, but I hope so.
Don't. Is that a recent quote?
Yeah,
So is that yesterday?
That's a quote. That's a quote. So big up to everybody. Eric Ten Hag. We missed him, Ericsson, when he's not available, but we have a squad and another 11 players on the pitch. So that's when he was talking.
It's difficult. That kind of quote there. I love Ten Hag and I get what he's saying, but the quote, the rest are not good enough, and that's the problem, Ten Hag.
And then here, apparently, he said, so then we have to construct another team. We can bring players from the bench who are all good.
You don't play them, though.
No. Saeed, read between the lines. He basically said, he's saying that I need backing, basically, in no other words. But the way he used it, they're making the quote seem like he's talking about players on the bench. He's literally saying, so I need quality players on the bench so then that we can bring those players on. So
because by not playing them, he's basically saying, well, I haven't played them, but I'm just letting you know that I've got players on the bench. And he goes, we have to construct another team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't be happening.
He makes it means we have to construct more players, bigger squad.
Yeah. And then players are coming from the under 18s and the under 23s.
Exactly. The Wigan man says, I've considered taking Ericsson back to Tottenham. Christian's a player I like to work with. He's a player I would like to coach again, who I would like to have in my team. No, you didn't, mate. Ericsson left Spurs, benched him, mate. He was benched, and he only ever brought him on when he needed him. When the games were going against him, then he'll go, come on, please bail me out. He never trusted him, man. Stop lying.
Nah.
Stop lying, mate. Stop lying. Spurs manager Antonio Conte says that Kulikevsky is in doubt for Wednesday's game. Richarlison will not play. Richarlison's out for a bit, mate. Conte says for him, actually, it was the best for his family, apart from the game against us, for the rest of the season to be the best on the pitch. Okay, so he wishes him well. Big up Dean. Dean Simon says, Saeed and Rance need to stop making excuses for Fred.
I never make excuses for Fred. I just think Fred is out of his depth. And when you play him in them positions, there's no point bashing Fred. He's not that sort of player. When you know someone's not that player, Lord, is there a point in going angry at that player? I know what Fred isn't and isn't good at. So when I see Fred, what he's doing, I'm like, well, we shouldn't be playing him there. Yeah, simple.
I think you've answered that, Saeed.
Yeah, no. I don't give excuses. I won't be giving excuses to any players here, but I'm trying to look at the bigger picture in terms of what Ten Hag is building. This is not a Ten Hag squad, people. It's not a Ten Hag squad. It's far from it. I genuinely believe that. And until he gets his players, I cannot for the life of me call the manager out. I can't, because he has to get his players in. Most of them are not his players. I'm sorry. They're not.
Got that one, yeah. They've returned the family, yeah.
Yeah.
Fans had removed from the allocation, yeah. We got that. Big up to Hassan Yusuf and Khalis from Medine Lassie. Big up Susie as well. Big up everybody, man.
Big up Susie. Big up everybody in here. Get the likes up. I think you missed
Big up Nurin Therapy Army. Congratulations on the 200 straight jacket. Thank you so much, Craig. I love his photos, because that's one of my favorite flipping kits. That was the kit that we wore that time when we beat Barcelona in the Cup Winners' Cup. I remember I left primary school so excited to get home to watch the game.
91, was it? 91.
91. Bruce and Hughes. Never let me down, mate.
That's it.
Never gonna let you down. Never gonna. I can't say that for the cowards who play in Man United at the moment.
Oh my God.
These are legends, mate. Legends. And he's got Brian Robson. That's the Brian Robson photo. That's one of my favorite kits, actually. It's got no massive advertisers or anything like that. It's just got the crest there. I love that those classic with no
Adidas story. Adidas.
I think it's got Adidas, but it's just got the crest, like the United crest there on his chest. But he hasn't got anything else written on it. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I'll say it simple, Saeed. For the expectations of the fans, for the expectations of the Glazers, If the Glazers want to have a successful first season under Eric Ten Hag and want to qualify for the Champions League, they have to get
a
striker, a right back, and a midfielder. And then in the summer, they can then pick and go, okay, maybe we'll just sign 2 players.
Yeah.
In the summer, maybe 3 players, maybe get rid of players. And in this window, in the January window, they can get rid of Fred, Brandon Williams.
No, we have to keep Fred.
Wan-Bissaka, and
you think Fred should go in January? No, I think that's a bit too much. Fred in the summer.
Now, Saeed, I would. Me personally, I would. Saeed, at the end of the day, in this new system, he can't play that system where Eriksen plays. He can't play that system, right? So, what does he have to do?
But you have to be realistic.
We saw it yesterday. No, Saeed, if a football team, the Glazers want to get top 4, they have to back their guy. They have to back him. They have to back him. Or, like I said, arm around the back, elbow around the back, tied together, and he ain't gonna work anything.
Yeah.
Some of you say, "Oh, that's a wild take." I've seen this film before. Me and Saeed got absolute pay-per-view. We were there, pay-per-view, sat in that stadium, watching this unfold, getting emotional about it.
But let me ask you a question though. I think you're gonna have to keep certain players until the summer because there's no guarantees of Man United replacing them. Also, Donny's gonna leave, so Donny's leaving. Wan-Bissaka. Remember, I told you, John Salako told me that Crystal Palace offered 10 million for Wan-Bissaka, and Man United refused. Man United want more money for Wan-Bissaka. They're probably gonna want some money for Fred until they do that. But Fred is out of contract, I think, next summer, or is it the summer after that he's out of contract? I'm not sure what the contract situations are, but we have to buy midfield. For me, it's so critical. We buy at least 1 midfielder, a striker, and a right back in the January transfer window. We've got to do it. But we're going to have to hit over the odds. Go on.
Yeah, big up Khalees. Atletico Madrid with Joe Felix preview links with Man UFC. It's a difficult, but they're sticking to the player. His buyout clause are 350. Listen to me. First of all, Manchester United ever getting this player, Joao Felix, you've all been led astray. You've all been hoodwinked. You have absolutely been bamboozled by the Glazer banker transfer speculation circus. All of you know that Joao Felix want to leave Atletico Madrid, and where does he go? Come to Man United. Are you having a laugh? What planet are you on? He's not 30 like Casemiro. Like I told you all, Casemiro's kids, they're not even born yet. They're dancing on a Copacabana beach. They're already dancing on a Copacabana beach. Listen to me again. Casemiro's kids, his grandchildren are not even in this planet Earth yet. And they're already dancing on the beach Copacabana because nobody was going to give a 30-year-old 5-year contract, almost doubling his wages. So Joao Felix can go to Bayern Munich, can go to Barcelona, can go to Rainbow. Actually, maybe not Barcelona.
No.
PSG. Could go to PSG. Could go to Man City. Could go to Liverpool, right? Could go even to Arsenal, but he wants to come to Man United. No chance, mate. He's not. So that was a Jackie Nori, and I've explained to you why we've all been had. So stop it.
But I think I want to say here, loading between the lines, Eric can't say things which jeopardize him and the club speaking codes. You know what? He is speaking codes. I need to understand it. He's like the guy from Prison Break, man. Ten Hag, you know. What's his name, man? What's his name? The guy from Prison Break, the main character. You know what he is, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's doing these little Morse codes and these little thingy, and I think it's one that you have to dissect. And this is why you've got people like Killis and them, and putting the quotes in. You have to properly read these quotes, because if you don't, it can just go past you like that. You know what I mean?
Of course they can, and that's
Schofield,
why.
Yeah, that's it. Schofield, yeah.
And that's why I have to always watch his press conferences, because that's what I do. I'm the decoder, Saeed. You know I'm the decoder.
Yeah,
I read between the lines, mate. Some people go, "Oh, you're inventing things." No, no. I just look at it and think, okay, that's what he's really saying. Well, so just go back to Greenwood, what he's been actually charged with. Attempted rape, said to have happened. So Greenwood's charges, attempted rape, said to have happened in October 2021, assault in December 2021, and controlling and coercive behavior between November 2018 and October this year.
Wow. 3 years, Wow.
Yes. So that's why he's in a lockup, mate. He's in a lockup, mate. That's why he's in a lockup. So if anybody wants to know why, and that's why we'll be commenting, I won't be commenting any further, nor the Saeed, because we're not judge, jury, and we don't want to say anything to ever prejudice the case. You can't do it. It's against the law in this country. It's against the law. So
that's true.
Hold tight. Yeah, Griezmann. Oh my God.
Oh my God. That was 3 or 4 years ago. But the thing was, I think Killis put on there, apparently we're monitoring Leao. Like, how many wingers is this club going to monitor, man? Like,
it's your favorite word. Out of all the words, monitor, link with, in talks, consider,
like, why though? I don't understand that.
Why would he come to a club that's going to go to the Europa League just like AC Milan were in the last couple of years? Why does he want to come?
No, but what I'm trying to say to you is that Man United shouldn't be focusing on wingers. We should be focusing on forwards, strikers, central midfielders, and the right back area. That's what Leao is not what we need right now, United fans. I'm sorry. We've got Sancho, we've got Rashford, we've got Anthony, we've got other wingers in that position, Garnacho. Right now, at this minute, it's striker. Is Leao a striker? No, he's more of a winger. So what are we doing getting Leao or trying to monitor him? And this is where the transfer target, where the club are trying to go, where the just Ten Hag have to compromise and have to say, you know what, well, you guys are the club and what you decide is your way. Does he have to do that? Is that what's going to happen to him? Does he have to compromise again? So I'm just like I said, I just feel like for me, Eric said yesterday, Nuruddin, I'm starting to get worried as to how we've come reliant on him. We should have got De Jong, Eriksen, and Casemiro. That should have been 3 midfielders in the summer. And I would have been perfectly happy, Nuruddin. Because then you've got Donny, you've got Fred on the bench, you've got McTominay, things that can change it around if you need to. You've got a bit of depth. You don't have to play these guys every game. Europa League, you can play Fred and McTominay and Donny. You've got so much rotation. But the main 2 for me should have been Donny and Eriksen and Casemiro.
The Glazers will repeat the summer nonsense, gaslight the fans all over again. Expect Frankie de Jong negotiations to reopen. Link to anyone trending on Twitter. And one overpriced, decorated player. 100%. 100%. I think Windy Shabert hits it on the 0161, always on point, bro. Big up. Unless certain players go to the board and demand players, there are 2 new players coming in January. There are no new players coming in January. Okay, Windy. Apparently they did that in the summer. Dave Ornstein reported it and he said it on the Overlap podcast. He said that's what happened. But
what did Laurie say though? Laurie, did you hear what Laurie said? He goes, I'll be massively surprised if they buy anyone in January. He said it on the podcast where Gary Neville and David Ornstein were there on the Overlap. Did you watch the Overlap, the latest one?
Yeah.
Did you see what Laurie said though? He goes, I doubt they buy anyone in January.
Yeah, of course. But this is what they have to be. Big up, Sam Miassi. Sam Miassi is a United fan for this for tomorrow, Wednesday, for this week, people. He is a full and bought Man United. He's wearing a Man United jersey as we speak. He's rolling around London. Sam Miassi is in London, people, yeah? After the robbery that Arsenal Football Club committed against Leeds yesterday. So basically, he wants the favour in return. They did Leeds for us. We've got to do Tottenham for them. I'm sorry to say, Miassi, we're not that type of football club anymore. We used to be, but we're not. But Miassi has got classic Man United shirts all around the West End, all around Edgware Road, smoking his shisha. He writes here, I hope you smash Spurs. Arsenal favourites to win the league after City loss. Miassi! You know what? I've got to give it Miassi. You know what? He's a poet, and none of us even knew it, people. He is a poet, and none of us even knew it. Biassi, let the fan base know. You don't have to do a super chat, bro. Just let us know. Are you wearing a United shirt? this week in London because we're playing Spurs on Wednesday. Saturday, we're coming for Chelsea. So what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Big up, by the way. Big up to everybody. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. There's 160 of you in here. Yeah, let's go. Saeed, if they don't back Erik ten Hag, I already saw a couple of your tweets.
Yeah.
And I've seen you handed back in. You've already, because you got 2 giddy cards in it. You get 2 giddy cards in the season, innit? I know you've already put one back in after the Newcastle game. You already returned. It's official. You put it back in. I
don't think it's official, but it's almost as if...
No, you got one left side. You got one left. And if Spurs do us, if the wig man, your friend, the man who wears the wig, because I'll go on that pitch, that you know me, I'll get on that pitch and rip that off. You know what I mean? I'll rip it off. I won't be throwing coins at any manager. I'll just get on the pitch and just wig that off.
But I think it's Jordan. I think it's Jordan.
With one hand and the other, rip it off and just have a little run round. And I'll get.
But you know what it is, though? I think I just have to be realistic, though. I'll be honest with you. I'm just a bit more realistic. I did say United. I had a good feeling they were going to finish top 4 this season. I was like, you know what? We could finish top 4, and I put myself United to finish top 4. But like I said to you, it's not that I don't think Man United will get it. I just feel like I have to just manage my expectations about the season and whether to feel like, you know what, when we do have a bad moment, just to not kind of write United off or anything like that, but also not to get too overly excited when we do win games. We just have to take it game by game. I am literally game by game FC at the minute. I'll be honest with you, Loredin. I'm not thinking so far ahead. I'm just taking each game by as it comes. And that Newcastle game, I'm just analysing it. I've never analysed a game like Newcastle like there wasn't tomorrow. Because I was trying to understand how Fred missed that chance. How every time Anthony had the ball, nobody was running him down. I'm just trying to analyse every game now. Because I'm looking at thinking, we've got a manager who's is very, very tactical. He does have tactics. And I'm trying to see what's working, what's not working. And that's what I'm doing at the minute. I'm not trying to give United a numerical finish at the minute. I'll be honest with you. I can't say to Man United where they're finishing this season. I've just said 4th because a lot of people have asked me, where's Man United finishing? And I've just said, you know what? I think we can do top 4. And I'm just backing my club. But right now, if you ask me where United are finishing, I'll be honest with you, Norton. I don't know. I don't know where United are finishing. It could be 4th. It could be 8th. I don't know.
I told you on camera and off camera. What have I said to you about this season?
But it's going to be a long season. Yeah, I know it is, but I'm not. I'm very, very patient this season, Lord. I am not going to come out here and be like, manager this, manager. I know this is going to be a long season. It's just one of them. We just have to be patient. This is not a Ten Hag team. We're just 2-3 months into Ten Hag's process.
Fair play, 100%. I agree with you, Saeed.
This is not a Ten Hag team. I realise that now. I'm starting to realise this is not a Ten Hag team because the way we're playing football and certain players, I'm just like, why is this guy playing for this manager now? Fred, why is he doing for this manager? Please, man. It's just not working, is it? You know what I mean? Let's not kid ourselves.
Big up Sim Gunner. To be honest, Nuruddin and Saeed, I'm just glad for Arteta for how he has started. Big fan of him. Thoughts on Arteta this season? Right? I'll answer first. I think what he's done, what Arsenal are doing is remarkable. It was a daylight robbery. I've seen the highlights of the game, Arsenal versus Leeds, and it was daylight robbery. That second half performance, and you know what, Saeed? That's a really good habit. When you're going to be champions elect,
yeah,
when you're challenging for a league title, you need to be able to do robberies along the way. You need 3-4 games of robbery where you rob teams. And Arsenal, I didn't see they would have that on the other side. And Leeds, to be fair to them, I've got to say it. I've got to say it to Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso has got them playing intense football. The only thing about Ted Lasso, yeah, big up. I don't even know what his real name is, but I call him Ted Lasso, innit? Because the accent, man, the accent just kills me. I watched a couple of their games this season, yeah? And I'm not going to lie to you, every game I thought they should have won at least or get a point.
Yeah.
And they've lost so many games where I thought, they should have won that. They should have got a point at least. And yesterday, I actually like Bamford. I really like him. I would never have him at United because he's just too injury prone, and we've already got enough of that. We're already sick note galore at Man United.
Yeah,
so we don't want to. You know what I mean? We've already got the likes of bloody Phil Jones, Anthony Martial. You know what I mean? Now, someone like
too many sick notes, man. You know I can't do too many.
People like Chouameni, people like Brandon Williams, people like Harry Maguire. We've got all these guys who are just hitting bench. So we don't need another guy to come and hit bench. But I thought they got away. Arsenal got away with it. And I was like, wow, that's a test and a half. So for me, Arteta, what he's done so far is remarkable. Because let's get it right, Zim. And let's get it right, all football fans in this country. None of us expected Arsenal to have this is their best start to a season in the history of Arsenal Football Club. Take it back to Woolwich FC, mate. Woolwich. Woolwich FC never had this amount of record. So this, Sim Gunner, is incredible what Arsenal are doing. It's record breaking. But just a bit of warning, just a word of warning. We also had when things were good, we also had a manager that was breaking records.
I know.
And we knew that. So I'm glad that you stuck by your man. I'm glad that, because that's a principled position to hold. But I think Arteta's done remarkable. So it is over to you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give it to Ten Hag. Arteta. I think he's done amazing as well. But the problem is, though, Nuruddin, the season isn't finished yet. And we have to wait until that moment and find out when the season's finished. But for me, you've got to give credit to Arteta. He's doing his thing. You know what I mean? But he's now got a feeling that the board have backed him. The board are with him. And you've got to give him credit. The board have backed him, and now the fans are behind him. You have to give time. Arteta has shown why you have to give time to managers. You know what I mean? That's the simple thing. He's giving time. And he's doing it, and you know what? Fair play to him. So, listen, fair play to who was that guy that gives the super chat, by the way? Zim Gunner, big up to you, always supporting the channel. But you just got to give him time, and this is why I'm starting to look at situations like Arteta thinking, you know what? If we can have them years, but is United and Arsenal the same fan base as well? Even just in general, like when you look at Old Trafford. The fan base haven't got enough for them for a 0-0. You know that, by the way, did you the fans booed the players, you know, for that 0-0. You know that, Northern. Did you hear the boo?
Yeah.
Did you hear the boos?
They always do. When it's a 0-0. In a game that the fans expect to win, they always boo.
Yeah.
That's what happens. That's the way of them voicing their frustrations.
Yeah.
Windy, look, Windy, why would you bring this into the universe? Because you know 100% I ain't covering conference. Forget about it. Windy writes, I'm waiting for United to finish 7th just to see Nuruddin go crazy when we play in that Europa Conference League. I promise you now, if that happens, I'm not doing... I'll send the login to somebody else. Maybe Khalees, maybe somebody else. Maybe you, Windy. I'll send it to you. I'll send all the information. You can go live and talk to Therapy Army about the conference. I ain't covering confidence. Trust me on this one. Never.
I don't think I will be as well.
It ain't part of my vocabulary. I am never doing that. It is never. I'm not doing it. But big up to you. But don't speak that into existence.
But to be fair, though, we should beat Sheriff and we should beat. Well, forget anything else. We're going to be playing the Champions League club. We might be out of this Europa League soon because if we don't top the group, we're
Barca, AC Milan.
Yeah.
Who else?
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of clubs still around, man.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Mourinho. I don't know if you've seen Mourinho's quote about those dropping into the Champions League.
What did he say?
He said some disparaging words, man. I'm trying to remember what he said, but he said some disparaging words about them coming back in. So, guys, it's simple. It's up to the Glazers and the bankers. We are like everything else at this football club. Eric Ten Hag, this Man United squad, it's at the mercy of the bankers and the Glazers, and they're not. But Saeed, for the remaining bit of minutes, we need to spend some time talking about the forgotten man. Because the way that the forgotten man is Donny van der Beek.
Oh, man. It's sad, man. It's a sad subject, man.
It would have been how... I think he's cursed, Saeed. I know that you're not supposed to say that, honestly, but it's the truth. That kid signing from the day dot, all he never wanted him, he wanted Grealish instead.
Yeah. Now I agree now. I agree with you fully.
Yeah, he wanted Grealish instead. That kid's been cursed. Ollie never wanted to play him. Never understood what type of player he was. Erik ten Hag comes. He does the preseason. He's carrying a little nick here and there in the preseason. And then he comes out of the preseason. We start the season. And he's nowhere to be seen. Yep. Last time, he was training alone. Apparently, he's had a setback in training. And now he's going to be out for a longer time. And that, to me, when Bruno's not on form, when we haven't got Eriksen, what is the only guy that can actually, we could have played Donny behind Ronaldo and give Ronaldo help in the box. He's the perfect guy to be arriving in the box to making space in tight games like yesterday.
But he's never ever played 4 games like in a row, like he said. He's played 2 games in a row, I think, but never played 4 games in a row. And this is the situation. I don't know, man. I always said about Donny van der Beek being too honest for this football club. He plays that kind of football that I think fans don't like. You know what I mean? They don't like a guy who takes care of the ball. They want someone who, like a Bruno, where he's arriving in the box, he tries, and you know what I mean? Like they want that hero kind of player. Maybe this football club is it suited to technical players? I don't know, man. I think it is pretty much pace and power and athleticism and the running stats. Maybe they like that, you know. I don't know. Me, this is the problem. And Donny van der Beek, for the manager's sake, I think it's been injuries because obviously he's a former Ten Hag player. But I feel sorry for him, man. He's never had a good, you know what I mean, run of games. He's never had a good moment. He's not really scored enough goals. I thought when he scored, by the way, that Crystal Palace goal, I thought these things would kick on. But he just hasn't got that sort of...
Because he was never given a chance when he was fit. He was on the bench when Fred and McTominay were performing horrendous week in, week out. So
and
that's
Luke
the
Shaw
thing. Big up Augustino, by the way. Big up my brother Augustino. Yeah. Nah, give him time. He's talking about the give him time thing. Doesn't apply to Arteta or doesn't apply to Arteta. Even when Arsenal were losing, you could see what he was doing, and that he's a top coach. That doesn't apply to all managers. Agreed. Because you have to see something to get behind it. You have to see things to get behind it. 100%. Did you see that kid giving Saka the finger? Oh, I loved it. Oh my God, I loved it. No, he didn't give him the finger. He went like that. He gestured that. He gave him the gesture.
I think it's bad when people do that.
Go and watch Match of the Day. Go and watch Match of the Day. The kid is sat there. I think his dad might have gone to the toilet or whatever. The kid sat on his own. He must be at least 5. At the most, he's 6, 7. So he's no older than 7. He's between 4 and 7, right?
Yeah.
He sat there. Saka comes and celebrates. The kid gives him the hat. You know that the fist shake.
Yeah, the fist shake.
Like, honestly, you gotta see it. I'm gonna clip that off from the BBC. I'm gonna post it on Twitter. You gotta see it, people.
It's the fan culture, isn't it? It's a fan culture, man. It's basically like what his dad probably, you know what I mean, does, and he copies him, innit? I don't blame the kid. I blame the parent. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he's only copying what the parent does, innit? On a weekly basis, probably.
Exactly. I think this is Khalees replying to somebody, Matata. They will get injuries like everyone will cause or the fixtures conjunction. That's why I say I don't have say that they don't have the squad. Yeah. Arsenal, talking about Arsenal. Yeah.
Arsenal.
Yeah. Arsenal.
But they're 4 points right now. So.
Arsenal are doing amazing, but 3 injuries. Saliba, Partey, the spine. Jesus, different team. They're a different team.
I think they have to get until the World Cup. If they can get to the World Cup with a good position, then you never know after the World Cup. You just never know. But for now, fair play. They're doing well. Yeah. And you know what? You got to give it to them. This one here is a bit of a mad one, you know. This finishing statistics. February 4th, 30 shots, 9 on target. 1 goal, 8. February Burnley game, 29 shots, 9 on target. 1 goal, 12. 1 goal, 12. 12th September, Southampton. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy, man. And obviously Ten Hag here. Wow, October the 28th, 8. Jeez, 8 on target, I'm presuming, yeah?
One goal,
That's
yeah.
crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah.
15 shots on goal, 2 on target. Shocking.
Yeah.
6 goals, all those chances. We don't, because we're not convincing. We're not convincing. We look like we're not going to score. We're not.
Yeah, that's the problem. And you know what it is, though? I looked at, by the way, did you see...
you know what, Said, you know what these two figures for me, these two breakdowns of the goals chances and the goals on target and the overall XG, it shows me, Said, is that they both try to get rid, both managers are trying to implement a style of play and the players are not getting it. That's what it shows me, because they don't understand the plan is not.
Let me tell you something.
And they don't have the players. And both of them don't have the correct kind of players, the type of players that would get more efficient goals.
I've sent you something, Nuruddin. I've sent you something on Twitter, your Twitter DM, showing the people our goal scorers this season and the goals and the assists and whatnot. It's not looking good, you know. Like, you know what I mean? We've not scored many goals. Apparently, I'm hearing that we've only scored like 14 goals this season, like altogether. That's not good enough, Nuruddin, you know. 14 goals, 30 goals. It's not good enough, really.
Listen, that droid, that machine who plays for Man City has got more goals than Man United.
That's what I mean. And I get it's not.
What did we say? What did we say?
We don't have a goal scorer as well.
Saeed,
we don't
what did we
goal
say?
Scorer. What did you say?
What did we say? We need a striker. We need more creativity. We said that. It's plain and simple. We said that.
Yeah.
We said that. There you go, people.
So Rashford got the most goals with 5, 3 assists. Martial got 3, but he scored, to be fair, he scored 2 of them in one game. And then you've got Anthony's got 3, Sancho's got 3. And then look at Ronaldo, Bruno, 2.
Yeah.
2, and then even McTominay's got 1, I think, as well. So it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good.
Got 3. Martial's got 3, and he's only played like 75 minutes. He played a half against Liverpool and 15 minutes. No, he's played maybe like over 100 minutes.
Where did he get his other goal from?
It was against Ammonia. Ammonia.
Oh yeah, because you got to run all competitions, you know.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Flipping hell.
This is all competition, yeah.
Yeah, this is all so basically, Sancho has got what, 2 in the Premier League?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need more goals, man. Bruno Fernandes got 1 goal this season. Where's that goal come from? Where did that goal come from?
What goal?
Bruno Fernandes' goal. Where did that come from? Is that Europa League as well?
I'm thinking, did he score against? Oh
yeah, Southampton.
Southampton, yeah.
Yeah, that was bloody hell. When was that? Start of the season. Yeah, man, it's not good. We need some goals, man. We need some goals in here. Yeah, we need some more goals in here.
We need some more goals in there. We need some more goals everywhere. Trust me.
Oh my god, it's not good enough, you know, Nuruddin. I'll be honest with you. It's quite bad. When you compare it to other teams, it's not good, man. It's not good, Nuruddin. And this is where we're drying up with goals, man. We're very, very much drying up in that department.
That's what's Gary Neville saying. That's not good enough. To be fair, that's 11 games, isn't it? 11 games. 11 games. This could happen 11 games.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is what could happen. Gary Neville says Manchester United solely missed Christian Eriksen. Tell us something we don't know. Sunday stalemate with Newcastle thought he also questioned the balance of the home side's midfield. Well, welcome to the thing. Welcome to the club, Gary. Yeah, it is what it is. Do you want?
I can't hear you. Okay, yeah. Let me just read this. Level and Ericsson sounded out of the class due to illness and host consequently lack creativity centre apart. United struggled to find frequent openings against the Magpies. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and also Rashford got 3 of them goals in one game. So this is it, man. Scored 13 in the Prem and conceded 15. Again, Shellington Avenue, that's stats from last season. You know that? No, did you know that?
That's crazy.
Scored 13 in the Prem and conceded 15. That's what we did last season. Let me just look at last season. Main Premier League table. What was that? What was the last season? 2021? 21? 22. So last season, Man United conceded 57 goals and scored 57 goals.
Wow.
Yep. You understand that then now?
Yeah. That's crazy that. How many have we conceded this season?
There. It says 15.
And scored how many?
Scored 13. In the Premier League. Only scored 13. What's that an average of? How many games have we played so far?
8? Is it 8 or 7? No, 9. We played 9 games. 9 games.
What's the average then, people? Anyone that's good at maths? How many goals?
We played 9 games. We played 9 games. We've conceded what? 13.
No. Let's just focus on we've scored. Scored 15
in the Premier League alone.
So what average is that then? What average is that? Anyone that's good at maths in the chat? How many are we averaging per 90? Arsenal scored 24 and conceded 10. City have scored 33 and conceded 10. 0.8 goals per game.
Wow.
I don't know if Michael is, again, like I said to you, I hope you're a statistician.
No penalties, no goals. We bought our way to the false positions in 2020, 2020. No headers, set piece, free kicks. Fool me once, shame you.
Yeah. Vimal says it's 1.444, which I think it's right. I'm sure it's more 144 per goal per game. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Ducky says as well 1.4 goals per game. That's not great, you know. It's not great, you know. That means it's more or less than 1 goal a game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's not good lower than that.
You know what hurts me? Yeah, like obviously I didn't want to lose yesterday. I never want to lose at Old Trafford, but it's either we've lost or we've won, and that was his first draw.
First draw. I jinxed it. To be fair, I jinxed it, man.
I hope it's the last of many, Saeed. I really hope it's the last of many. And you know what? I was saying a draw before the game as well. I jinxed it as well because I was like, I didn't see Man United winning this game, Saeed, without Martial.
I did. I seen us winning because I thought Eriksen was available. Eriksen's absence was shock to everyone. I thought at least we have Eriksen, we'd be all right.
He needed a rest as well. Come on.
Yeah, but the problem is, though, needed a rest and needed playing 60 minutes. I'd rather someone play 60 minutes than take him off. I've always had that belief. You play them for 60 minutes, then you take them off when you're winning the game.
Natalie. It's 1.444.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah.
Mathematician Natalie in the house. Listen, guys, I repeat it again. What's happened to Donny is tragic. He's cursed. He needs to pack up his bags and get the hell out of this football club. ASAP. That's what he needs to do. Because I can't see it. Johannes, going with your hashtag Ten Hag out is laughable. I know you're just trolling, but sorry. Not here for that. See you later. Good riddance, man. You're here trolling. If you're gonna explain to me why you're Ten Hag out, I might be able to post your comment. I'm not just posting it with nothing. Big up Champagne Pappy says Glazers only spend and try to get into the top 4. They don't have the ambition to try win. They don't. I told you.
No.
Newcastle. I said it to Saeed, and I said it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Other teams like Newcastle will literally win the league
before United.
As long as the Glazers are here.
Fair play to Newcastle fans, by the way. They were singing more than the United fans, so fair play. They were very loud.
Following in it, they all go. To be fair, they've always got
big following, big crowd, and you know what? They've got a belief in that. in that.
And listen.
Anyhow,
I don't support sports washing. I broke it down, but I'm never gonna ever not be happy for the Newcastle fans because they can't control this shit. The only thing they can do, I think, is try to push the owners of their football club, the guy behind it, to be more humane.
Don't be a Gary Neville. That's all. Don't be a Gary Neville.
Yeah, don't be a hypocrite, eh?
Yeah, don't be a hypocrite.
To me, if Gary Neville, for me, worked it in a way, it wasn't great. There are signs of the Europa League that wasn't great, he said on the podcast. I was impressed with their response to Manchester City. Okay, this is Gary Neville. Listen, it is what it is. Arsenal have scored 24, conceded 10. City have scored 33, conceded 10. But 20 of those goals, is that in the league? How many?
In the league, probably.
How many has he scored? The Android. He's an Android. It's not his. How many has an Android scored? Tottenham have scored 22, conceded 10. How many did we concede? 15 or we conceded 10 or 15?
We conceded 15, scored 13.
So 10 of them, we conceded 10 in 2 games, people.
Yeah.
That's just disgraceful. Disgraceful. But anyway, people, we out. We out.
Love,
light. See you later, alligator people. Listen, we're going to be doing the match, the build up to Spurs tomorrow night. For what's going to be an interesting game at Old Trafford on Wednesday night. If they score first Saturday, good night, Vienna. Good night,
Vienna. I said it,
Honestly,
bro.
If they score first, it's all over. We need to basically score first and keep them hemmed in and give them a game. Like Arsenal, bully them like Arsenal did. That's what we need to do. Bully them like, can we bully them like Arsenal did? I don't know, people. But it was a disappointing weekend, and it is what it is. Please subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video. And please, those of you not checked it out, go and check out the 200 Straight Jacket podcast. Obviously, I couldn't be with Saturday to do a celebration for it, but we will do this. We will. Definitely, we'll do it. I'm not feeling great. So please know this. Go and check it out. It's a road to 100K on Saeed's channel. Let's go. 4 years, 50K. Let's go, people. Let's go. Big up. Love. Take care, people. Peace, love, light. Bankers out, Glazers out. Smash a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Glazers and Bankers, it's on you. It's not on Ten Hag or this squad. It's on you.
Facts.
Good night.
Peace.